coming over me. I'm getting higher, closer to my dreams. I'm getting higher and higher. Hey. It feels like I'll never go past here. Sometimes it feels like I'm stuck forever and ever. But I'm getting higher, closer to my dreams. I'm going higher and higher. I can almost reach. Have to let it go. Let it go, let it go. Leaving all my fears to burn down. I'm getting low so I can move on closer to my dreams. Hey, good morning. I hope you are having an amazing day. Eyes and see what you believe. I love this song, y'all. This is I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. Goapali. It's called Closer. Higher, higher and higher. Upward and over. Mm-hmm. Stretching out my arms so I can reach. I can feel my dreams. I'm moving closer to my dreams. Feels like you're never gonna change. Choose to walk away. All right, so I just wanted to come on since I have the time. And so first of all, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, right? That song for me, it's still one of my favorite songs, but I used to listen to that song, or that was one of the songs it came into my experience when I was transitioning from being an STNA to being a LPN. And I remember the things that I was going through in my personal life and my personal experience. And that song just reminded me that it was closer than I thought it was, you know? So that's like, even like just the other day, like I was driving and it came on and I just like, I'm really living out my dream. You know, I picked up, I moved, I live in Florida, sunny Florida. It's not really that sunny today. It probably will though. The sun will probably peak out, but it's only 9:32. We had some fog this morning, but yeah, like I'm literally living out my dream and I'm so happy. Um, you know, I went back to school, I became an RN and I went back and I got my bachelor's and you know what I'm saying? I'm just thankful for the transition where God has taken me from, because if you know me and you know where I come from and my journey, then you know what I had to do to get here. You know what I mean? So that song brought tears to my eyes the other day because I was literally driving, living out my dream. just enjoying life. So enough of that. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. And today, as you can see in the topic, we're going to be talking about um, ways to know when you're in alignment and when you're, you know, on the right path. Okay. So I got notes, of course, y'all know, just so that way I can stay on topic. So, I first want to start off and say that when you are in the creation part of your life, and when you are, taking something and trying to give birth to it, um, you're going to experience labor pains. So that's one of the things that I just want to encourage anybody. Um, you know, when you're going through, it's not it's not always going to be peaches and cream. You know what I mean? It's not always going to be easy. If it is, you're not challenging yourself enough, or you're not making the changes that you need to make. If it's always easy, I'm sorry to say. Uh, Even the most successful people, even the most happiest, even the most peaceful, even the most richest people, even the most wealthiest people have problems, right? Um, and I like, even, my transition, here to Florida. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk before. Shit, a month after I moved down here, bam, I totaled my car. So like, shit happens. But when you are in the process of creating something and birthing something new in your life, you're going to experience labor pains. That's one of the things I just wanted to um, kind of put out there, and then let you guys know that don't mean you're not in alignment. That don't mean that you're not on the right path. Okay. So I have a few a few notes regarding like signs and synchronicities on how to know when you are heading in the right direction and you are in alignment to what it is um, that you are manifesting in your life, and how to know when it's actively working. And let me put my phone on do not disturb. And coming into your experience. Okay. Closer to my dreams. All right. So signs and synchronicities often appear as subtle messages from God, whoever it is that you believe in. No disrespect to anybody, from God, source, the universe, Allah, respect to all religions. But there are signs and synchronicities affirming that your dreams and goals are aligning with your reality and are coming into your reality. These occurrences can boost your confidence and encourage you to stay on course. Okay. And then, like I said, here are some signs. So emotionally, so let's start with like the emotional aspect, the emotional and intuitive alignment, sign of alignment. Okay. It brings you peace. It will bring you peace. It won't be chaos. It won't be centered around trying to take from somebody else. You will know what's for you because it will literally give you peace. Okay. You will feel a sense of calm, and you will know for sure, for certain, it won't be a decision, that's up in the air. You know, even when it don't look right, even when you're facing challenges. Okay. Like I said, on my move down here to Florida, I knew I was moving to Florida. And I had people questioning why I was moving to Florida. And I had people telling me, well, that's stupid. You shouldn't go. Like, you should move here instead of there. And I was like, two things. That is why you keep everything to yourself, because God didn't give them the vision. God gave you the vision. And so people might not understand the why behind your actions, right? And then you know, some people might not believe in you. And but that's like a whole nother topic, and that ain't your business that they don't believe in you. So yeah, like I said, emotionally and intuitively, it will give you inner peace. And then you will also feel like excitement for the thing that you know that you're working towards. Okay. Excitement and anticipation. Um, a surge of energy and joy arises when you think about that thing that you are actively creating. Um, and then your intuition will let you know that you are on the right path. You know, when you're not making right decisions, and when you know, like you have a job, or you've accepted a job, or even in relationships, relational wise, you know when it's not for you. That's why, you really have to respect people's decision when there's the sun trying to come out, when they disconnect, right? Because maybe for them, they knew intuitively that that wasn't for them. And you just have to, um, bless the situation and release it, because why would you hold on to something that's not wanting to hold on to you? Um, Situation, a job, why fight for a job that is trying to actively fire you, So, but as far as intuition, you will have a strong inner knowing that you are on the right path without needing external validation. You won't need nobody to tell you, "Oh my God, I think that's a really great decision," um, or "Oh, I can, I can see this and that and that." You don't need that. You will know what's for you, because you will know what's for you. Um, I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't understand my move, or even the way that I move, even, in the in the sense of chess game. I'm sure there's a lot of people that's like, they don't understand why I am, or why I took this piece and moved it here. You know what I mean? Or or why, uh again, referencing the chess game, why yeah, pretty much. I was just about to say the same thing. But in a sense of, sometimes you have to sacrifice something, or you have to give up something in order to gain something. So but it's not their job to understand, and you won't need their validation, um, or any external validation, when you know that it's the right decision. Um, your emotions and intuition are aligned with your goals, signaling that you are in tune with your higher self and with God and with the universe. Okay. Um, and then, so sign of synchronicity number 2, opportunities align with your goals. Opportunities will come into the same alignment, with your goals. Like for me, before I moved down to Florida, I had a job. Of course, as far as housing, I couldn't really lock in unless I wanted to, pay double, until it was time for me to move. But the things will start to fall into place, and that's how you would know. So unexpected job offers, partnerships, or collaborations appear that will align, with what you're trying to do, and that's how you know that you are in alignment, with what it is that you are creating or getting ready to give birth to. So doors will open, where it seemed like doors, wouldn't open, or maybe, you know, um, maybe you previously applied for a job at a certain hospital, or whatever the case may be, um, or maybe opportunity came up, and um, you know, that just unexpectedly, um, maybe opportunity just came up unexpectedly, and it was the right opportunity for you. So doors will open up, and then you'll find yourself in the right place at the right time. That's like one of the things that I say for me, and that's one of the things why I feel like, even though, like I said, I have people that probably don't understand the reason on why I moved to Florida, but I know I'm in the right place at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, God's not going to give everybody else your vision. He's not going to reveal your vision, or the vision he give you to everybody else. And it's not your job to reveal that to everybody else either, because they may not understand. Like I said, I had so many people question why I was moving, and tell me like I shouldn't move here, I should move here, or shit like that. So like I said, you will find yourself in the right place at the right time, and you will meet people who can help you to move forward. Like I said, for me, the right opportunity, that's how I knew I was moving in the right direction. Because for me, which I'm sure that you heard if you watched my lives before, that for me, everything just fell into place. That's how I knew I was making the right decision. One, when it initially fell in my spirit, I had to sit with it, because that's just what I do. I had to sit with it. And then like when I revealed it to people, and then like when it came closer to that time, everything just worked out. Every single thing, even like down to the exact street that I live on. If you know. And even in the way that you have to get to my house. For me, signs and synchronicities are everything. So I pay attention to that, So like I knew that I was where I was supposed to be. So you'll meet people that will help you move forward. And that's how you know when you are in alignment. So like I said, even though you might have something that happened in your experience that don't look like you are in alignment, you are. Trust the process. But if you're not, sit with yourself, and because your intuition know. You know what I'm saying? So if you're making a decision based off of what you think other people want you to do, then obviously you're not in alignment. But if you are making a decision based off, like something that God told you to do, you know what I mean? Like your intuition, you'll have that inner peace. You'll have that inner peace with it. So, and all that means is that the universe is aligning circumstances to support your dream, to support the opportunities, to support the thing that you're trying to give birth to. Okay. Also, another thing is how you know that you are in the right place at the right time, and that opportunities, that you are in alignment with what it is that you're trying to create. You'll start seeing like repeating numbers, angel numbers, what I like to call, or what people like to call as angel numbers. 1 second. I need my coffee. I hope y'all got your coffee. Or tea, or whatever it is that you're drinking. All right. So you'll start seeing repeated numbers, or and symbols. So angel numbers, you'll frequently start to seeing like 1111, or 22, or 222, or 444, or 777, or 888, which often carry like spiritual meanings and things like that. And I feel, if I'm speaking correctly, each number means something. So when you do see those repeating numbers, I would look it up and see, first of all, consider what you were thinking at the moment, because that's always a fact. And look up that meaning of that particular number, because then that can also help you on your journey as well. You will start to see symbols and or images like a butterfly, a feather, or a specific animal. I remember one day I was just looking out the window and I seen a turtle walking up my driveway, coming from across the street. You know what I mean? Like, so, hey, mama, period. I knew that was you. um, sorry, Braxton came over like I was talking to him. But you'll start to see like either butterflies, specific colors of butterflies, feathers, or specific animals, and they'll um, appear repeatedly in meaningful context. And so you have to pay attention to that also. And you have to, one, like I said, consider what it is that you're thinking at the moment, what it is that you're feeling at the moment, because it's a sign that God, the universe, source is talking to you, because that is exactly how he talks to you, just by the things that he allowed to come into your experience. So those are signs from the universe, or your higher self, affirming that you are on the right path, and each number or symbol often carries a unique message. And so I have some examples. So 111 or 1111 can mean manifestation or alignment. And then 888, also, we know that 8 is a number of abundance. So it can signify financial abundance or success. And then so another thing that you would know, that you are on the right path, or that your dream or what you're giving birth to is coming into your experience. You'll start to see synchronicities in your daily life. Okay. So you'll start to see like coincidences, like meeting somebody who has exactly what you need, or hearing advice that directly applies to you and your situation and where you want to go and what you're trying to do randomly. Um, and then also, you will start to experience like, or you would have things come into your experience, like, regarding like information, like relevant books or podcasts that you know that will come into your experience. I like to say that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, and that's when I know, okay, I've for me, I am learning or have learned what I needed to as far as this aspect, and it's time to graduate a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And this is life, so you're never going to perfect anything and everything until they bury your body and your spirit goes back up. So I know that I'm constantly learning and constantly evolving, and there's every day I learn shit. So yeah, but those books, those podcasts, those articles will appear when you need to hear it most, and when you need it, the most. And or you'll think of someone and then they'll reach out unexpectedly. And then so all that means is that the meaningful coincidences indicate that the universe is orchestrating events to guide you towards your dream. Now, one thing I want to say is that when you put something out there and you ask God for something, or you speak it into the universe, or whatever the case may be, the universe is literally going to move shit out the way in order to bring what you want in. That might not always be pretty, because when you are transitioning from one mindset to the next, or from one job to the next, or when you are in the process of giving birth, like I said in the beginning, there's going to be labor pains. Because in order for you to have what it is that you want to have, you have to become that thing. You have to become what it is that you want. Or it like energetically align with that thing. So whoever you were before, that's not going to be able to have what it is that you want now. You know what I'm saying? So you got to die to your old self and become a whole new person. The universe will literally move stuff out the way. It is orchestrating. It's conspiring with you in order to bring in what it is that you want. You have to trust that process. You have to be patient, because especially if you have some things that are like deeply rooted, like me, it's going to take time, right? That, like I said, the mindset have to change, the energy got to change. If you holding on to shit, unforgiveness got to go, stuff like that. So, okay, so the next thing is you'll have some increase in your clarity, and your focus when you're working towards what it is that you're giving birth to, and or when you are actively attracting what it is that or when it's on its way to you. So you gain insight, sudden insight and clarity about the goals and your next step. One of the things that we as humans have to do, me included, because I'm a human, is stop. I have to give up control, right? So how I expect it to look, because how I expect it to look is not how God wanted it to look, right? So you will gain sudden insight and clarity about your goals and your next steps. For me, I can only speak for me. It's like once I made the decision to move to Florida, then things started happening, started aligning with that vision. I told God what I wanted, and God said, okay, bet, trust the process. Like, I literally had to step out of my comfort zone. I got a contract and I went to West Virginia. Y'all know, I was a little afraid. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I didn't know what to expect, but then it was like a little town. And when I got there, they look like they eat people. Sorry, I don't want to get flagged. I don't know if YouTube, they might not like that, but I got lost. It was in the mountains. I got lost down in the mountains, baby. I was afraid for my life. My son in the back sleep peacefully. And here I am driving. It's raining. My GPS is not working because I'm down in the mountains. And then I got a car following me. And all I thought was Chainsaw Massacre. Okay. That's all I thought. So anyway, back to what I was saying. That's why I got notes, because y'all know I go off. But yeah, so things will start to happen, excuse me, that will align you to that. It's like once you take a step, bam, take another one. Once you go to put your foot down, bam, that thing is already worked out. And then it's like learning how to walk. You literally have to learn how to walk with God in the universe and trust that process. I'm going to say that again, because I felt like I need to. You literally, when you are creating the life that you want, you literally have to learn how to walk again. Hold on. I got to put that in. I got to write that down, because that's a message for me. You literally got to trust God. You literally have to learn how to walk again. And what I mean by that is, it's like a baby that's learning how to walk. They don't know that they don't know that they're not gonna fall. What they do know is that when they put their foot down, when they put their foot down, they have to trust that, one, That leg is going to be strong enough. They're going to have the balance, and they're going to be able to withstand that first step. And then also, not just that first one, but then also, bam, take another one and withstand that one. And that's literally like what that process is. So, like I said, you will literally gain insight and clarity about the goals and your next step. For me, once I made the decision and once I was like, I'm not allowing fear to stop me, because I have before on a couple occasions, I was like, okay, this is, no matter what it looked like, this is what I'm doing. This is what I want. And God said, okay, there, let me see what you're gonna do. All right. He was like, okay, good job. You took the first step. Good job. Okay, now, bam, let me see what you're gonna do. Okay, all right. You came down, you found a house. Okay, that was easy. You took another step. Let me see what you're gonna do. Oh, you really oh, bam, here's another one. Oh, okay, you really sent these people to come pick up your stuff. Oh, this big ass truck just put up to your house. Oh, you trusted me? Okay, good job. You took another step. Here you go. Bam. When I tell you I had a job when I came down here, already set to start when it was supposed to set. But when we touched down, when I tell you another opportunity that was like amazing, I don't even know. The guy called me my very next day down here. It was like, yep, just wanted to do a quick interview, blah, 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 blah. And I was confused. And I interviewed sitting in the car on my way to Walmart with my best friend, because we had to go, because we had just touched down the night before at 11 o'clock that night before. And he was like, yep, all right, so this is what we're gonna do. This is what it is. This is what you can expect, blah, blah, blah. Okay, then my recruiter called me like, yeah, this guy's gonna be calling you. And I was like, he already did. I got the job. I start blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, but, and then that, until I started, so like, literally, every time I took a step, God made sure that I was rooted before I put my foot down. So, like I said, you will gain sudden insight and clarity about your goals and your next step. And then solutions to problems come effortlessly, and you feel guided towards the right choice. Like I said before, it's not gonna always look pretty. It's not gonna always be pretty. You know what I mean? Like, but it always work out. It does. But like I said, also, when you become somebody different, when you are in the process of becoming somebody different, there's some weight that's got to drop off. There's an old mindset that's got to change. There's old behaviors. There's old attitudes. There's old limiting beliefs. We don't talk about those limiting beliefs that probably weren't even yours. You know what I mean? That were like passed down. Because for me, as a, mom of now, one grown kid, but, my other one is almost there. I'm like, and then I got a 9-year-old, and I'm like, man, in my journey now, I'm like, I could have instilled in them, and maybe, you know what I'm saying? A level of fear when it comes to certain stuff. And that didn't have anything to do with them. That was all me. That was all me trying to be protective, because I'm raising, or have raised, 3 Black boys in America. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I had a fear, especially once they started killing kids their ages, the cops. Like, I had a fear that, shit, they wouldn't have mercy on mine, So I always tried to like instill in them, which they was raised in church and things like that, but you just never know, sometimes you just guilty by association, So, but the old limiting beliefs, everything that does not serve you gotta go. Okay. And that's the bad when Erica Badu was talking about bag lady, you gon' hurt your back, dragging all them bags like that. That's what she was talking about. You know what I'm saying? And not just the stuff from having your heart broke, because that's just one thing. That's minimal, right? But the stuff that's generationally passed down that you didn't sign up for, you didn't consent to. Okay. So distractions and irrelevant paths naturally will fall away, allowing you to focus on your priorities and your positivity and where you're headed. Now, this is another thing. And this ain't no shade to nothing, but this is just naturally what I have experienced in my life. The things that are not in alignment will fall off. There won't be nothing you have to do at all. The shit will just naturally fall away. Respectfully. And it's not your job to cling onto it, because if you're clinging onto something that's not serving you, how are you receiving what does? How are you growing? You know what I mean? So, people, places, and things, they just fall off. When God is elevating you mentally, it don't even always have to be like, which it is, but when God is shifting some things around in your life because of what you have asked for, alignment has to happen. And when alignment happens, it's like the chess game. You will see that even in a chess game, pieces are just, they're lost. That's just how it goes. So all that means is that you're in alignment with your purpose, and the path that you're working towards becomes clear, becomes clearer. So also another thing that that your goals and your dreams are happening now is that unexpected resources and support will just, come into your experience. So financial abundance, such as a surprise income gift, a surprise gift, or a surprise opportunity to even earn more, will flow into your life. Like I said, when my first day down here, God, I'm so nosy. That don't make no sense. Like I said, my first day down here, after driving, all day, we got here at 11 o'clock at night. Everybody was tired. We kind of, was excited about the new experience and the new life, and the possibilities of where God was taking us. And the very next day, I got up like, all right, it's time to get settled. Let's go to the store. I got stuff I got to get. I'm home. And I got a surprise opportunity, a surprise gift. And that's how you know when you're in alignment. But it wouldn't have happened if I hadn't have took the first step, because I would still be in Ohio. So, like I said, opportunities and gifts will come into your life. People will help, advice or mentorship without you even having to ask. And you will find tools and resources that make achieving your goal easier. One of the things, because me, I'm so independent. Because I've always had to be. I don't know anything else. And so for me, I'm like, once I made the decision to move down to Florida, I was like, all right, it's me and my kids, and nobody was old enough to drive, just me. And plus, I don't know if I would want them on an expressway anyway. But I was like, I told myself, even though like I was going back and forth from West Virginia to Ohio, driving and stuff, like on my contract, I was exhausted. Exhausted is an understatement. Um, but my best friend was like, I'll drive. I'll go with you. I'll help you drive. You know what I'm saying? Like that was like one. She offered help. That's like one of the biggest things. And for her, she's like, "Girl, I'm on vacation. Girl, that's an opportunity. Like, cause for her, it ain't nothing to get on the road and drive. You know what I'm saying? For me, I was like, if you help me drive down there, I will buy your ticket back. And that's exactly what happened. And like things just worked out. And even with that, you know, because I think she stayed like 10 or 11 days, to help me get settled. When she left, I literally didn't have to do anything besides get up and enroll my kids in school because I was already settled. She stayed long enough for me to get settled. And I absolutely love that. And I'm thankful that, I'm thankful for her that I had a friend that was willing to do that. Let me see. Okay, so people will offer help, advice, or mentorship. So you'll find tools. Oh, okay, I already said that. Okay. And that just means that the universe is providing you the support that you need in order to achieve your dreams. And at that time, in that experience, he did. And it was amazing. And I told her, I don't know, one day, hopefully I'll be able to return the favor wherever life may lead her. Because that was like everything for me, So a positive, and then also another thing that you will see and you will know that you're on the right path and that your manifestation is coming into your experience and that your dream is coming into your experience. You will experience a positive mindset shift. Positive. So you will naturally adapt a more optimistic outlook and feel empowered to take actions. Any fear, doubt, or limiting beliefs will begin to fade because they don't serve you. And then you start to feel gratitude for your current situation and excited about what's coming. Again, that positive mindset. Yeah, it might not look how, I want it to look, but I know that I'm so grateful that it does because I get to change. I get to become somebody different in that. What is this teaching me? I always ask myself when I experience something that I find kind of challenging in my experience, I always ask myself, what is this trying to teach me about myself? What is it that's inside of me that maybe I'm not really so aware of, or that's deeply rooted that need to come up? And so that just means that your mindset is aligning with the frequency of your dream to manifest them into reality. Oh, excuse me. Oh, did I just do that on camera? I'm sorry. Oh, but that had to come up though. Okay. Also, the next thing that a next sign that you know that your dreams are happening now is that you'll start to see rapid manifestations, right? And small goals and small signs that like, oh, okay, I'm heading in the right direction. Like I said, when I made the decision to move to Florida, that and I told God, like, this is what I want. He was like, okay, here. You know what I'm saying? And things just started flowing into my experience the way that it was supposed to. So, big or small, no matter what it is. So small, seemingly unrelated desires like getting a parking spot or finding a lost item will manifest quickly. And this is one of the things that's big for me, catching autumn green lights. Catching autumn green lights. That's how you know. Like, yes. Like, yeah. That's a win for me. Catching autumn green lights. What? And then so like achieving the smaller goals builds the confidence into manifesting the larger ones. Okay. Being grateful for the small things will bring in that energy of of the bigger thing. So that's why gratitude is a big thing. You have to be grateful for every single step and every single phase in your life. Okay. And so um that's how you know, because those are the things that you'll know when you are in alignment with the flow of abundance and manifestation, which is preparing you for what it is that you're in the process of giving birth to. So things will start to also feel effortless. Effortless. You won't you won't have to force anything. Like I said, the job, my what I wanted when I got that contract to Westford, like I didn't have to force it. It just like it my recruiter had to force me to take it. Because I was like, no, I'm going to Florida. And he was like, okay, but why can't you just take a detour? But yeah, things will start to feel effortless. So tasks that used to feel like challenging become easy and enjoyable. And you'll enter in a flow state. Okay. Especially like more often, where time seems to fly, as you work towards your goals. One of the things I have learned is that I like flowing with the current. That's how you know you're in alignment. And when it feel like I'm flowing upstream, I just need to relax, roll over on my back, relax, and drift. You know what I'm saying? When you try to, like, it's like when you are trying to make a move and then there's a block, and you make another move and there's a block, like a chess game. You make another move, there's a block. I would consider if that's the right thing for you to do. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, me and my experience, I always like to give ideas and examples. I have tried to apply, or I like, say for instance, like you try to apply for like certain jobs, which I have. And then it seemed like it's just not working out. That's just not for you. It's like being in a relationship, on again, off again relationship for 15 years. First of all, who in the fuck got 15 years to waste on an on again, off again relationship? Meanwhile, you done missed out on your soulmate a couple times. He done spent the block checking to see if you was ready and you wasn't, because you was still messing with her or him or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, who got time to waste? Nobody. Anyway, but yeah, and like I said, that's how you know when you're in alignment, because you start to flow. And when you're out of alignment is when you start to force. Okay. Um, so like I said, progress happens naturally without forcing or overworking trying to make it happen. So that's how you know when you're operating in alignment with the universe. As one of the signs is that when it happens with ease. It was easy for me. Took a lot of work because it was just me. And I was exhausted at the end of the day. It took me longer to get my bachelor's just because I moved when I was in school. Who does that? Anyway, I was exhausted. But it was easy for me to pick up my kids with just like everything that I had to do. I didn't have to force myself to get the job. I didn't have to force to like fight for the house. That shit came easy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I seen a couple, like a bunch of different houses, but once I found it, I was like, oh, that's mine, and it was, you know. So yeah. Um. So again, you'll experience like unexplained synchronicities, right? So you'll hear randomly about your dream job mentioned like in a conversation. It could just be people having conversations, but like you could be at a coffee shop and then you'll hear something, trigger words. I like to call trigger words that let you know when you're in alignment. You're always at the right place at the right time. And someone will recommend a book or a program that directly aligns you with your goals. Um, and or movies. Now, when my best friend was down here, I watched a movie. Shit, fuck is the name of that movie? Soul. If y'all haven't seen it, please go see it. They need to come out with another two. A two. I had to go back and watch it with my son. And I'm probably gonna watch it again just because that just felt like a movie, an informative movie. Especially when you're on a journey, you know, of self-discovery. So, like I said, movies will start to come into your experience, and they'll resonate deeply and provide a clear message to you about your journey and where you're going. That movie, and like kids probably won't understand the message in that movie, but that movie was beautiful. I love it. I love it. And it was like so many messages, you know. Yeah. I'm starting to get emotional, but yeah. So the universe is confirming your alignment and delivering messages through unexpected channels. It'll be things that'll happen. Like I said, God is always talking to you. He talks to you through other people. People are messengers. That's the only reason why these people are on the earth. For one, it's for you, but also like we all have our own journey, but in your experience, these people are messengers for you, and you just have to listen and pay attention. So people will celebrate you and recognize, that you have changed or you have grown. So people will start to notice and appreciate your efforts and your talents. People will start to give you positive feedback and recognition. May come your way very often and unexpectedly. And then you'll form like new connections with people who will genuinely support who you are becoming. Okay. And that just means that your energy is attracting people and circumstances that aligns with your goals. So remember a little bit ago when I said when people don't align, and that's no dig or anything like, and that, I hope you have beautiful people in your experience. But things will just start to fall off you. You know what I'm saying? Like the weight will literally just start to fall off. So, of course, that's when you're changing. But then when when that new experience or energy or belief start to solidify and grow root into your experience or into your life, that's when you start to attract people with like minds, okay? Um, Now, who gonna take down them Christmas decorations? See what I'm talking about? Christmas is gone, and now I'm stuck taking them down. All right, so uh, divine timing. Things will just happen in divine timing. Okay, things happen at just the right time, like securing funds, right when you need it, or meeting like certain people or people, like I said, but I've already said this, like that people that will help you at the perfect time. Okay. Um, and then also divine timing. And speaking of divine timing, like you would also avoid like setbacks that seem inevitable, such as like missing delays or challenges, or near miss accidents, or whatever the case may be. And even though you might experience some of them things, that does not mean that you're not in alignment. It just means that you are in alignment. You know what I mean? With who it is that you're becoming. Like for me, I don't know if I shared this with you guys yet, but my car that I totaled, it was, oh my God, it was a challenge to get that car. It was a challenge to get that car. And it wasn't even the one that I wanted. The one that I wanted, they wanted so much money for it. And I was like, girl, bye. You know what I'm saying? But for me, because of like the job that I was doing, so it was like the income stuff that they needed, that they had to go through hell in order to verify. Oh my God, it was such a fucking challenge. And then because I was working independently, so in order, like I didn't have a pay stub, and it was just like, oh, it was irritating. And then so the car that I did, which I love my baby, my little Jeep Compass, because my Compass got me right down here to Florida. And as soon as she delivered me safely to the destination of where I was going, our journey had ended. But yeah, so when I got the car, I was a little frustrated because I was like, I could have got the other one, but for me, I was like, why spend all that money? It didn't make sense. A month. I was like, it just didn't make sense to me. But the car that I wanted had everything that I wanted, right? And the one that I ended up with, unbeknownst to me, also had everything that I wanted, but I wasn't, I didn't know. So I didn't realize, like when I pulled off the lot, I didn't know that I had an automatic car start. When I put off the lot, I didn't know that I had heated seats. Like I didn't find this out until afterward. I was grateful for my car because, of course, I worked hard for it and everything, but I just like, I didn't know that it was what I needed and what needed me at the time, right? But after, like, it's like I was walking into the house with groceries and accidentally hit the button and my car started and I put them groceries down and I was like, wait a minute. I went back, I hit the button again, it cut off. I hit it again and I was like, God gave me everything that I had asked for and I didn't know. But like I said, for me, I felt like that, especially after I moved here, getting back to what I was saying, especially after I moved here, I knew who I had become and who I had to become in order to be able to be sustained here. So the car that I had for them years was a part of my old identity. Now, I love my car. I loved it. And like I said, I got into an accident and I totaled it. And God blessed me with a car that kind of fit the identity of who I am now. So yeah, not to say that just because you experience things in your life that you're not in alignment, because you are. Things happen for a reason. Okay. So divine timing is always at work, assuring that everything unfolds for you perfectly for your journey. All right. So another thing that you might experience are like emotional triggers or challenges. So when you are literally becoming a whole new person, there's going to be things that'll happen in your life and experiences that'll happen in your life to test to see if that thing has been uprooted, if you are changed or changing, or if you're headed in the right direction. And so you may face challenges or some old fears that push you to grow. The challenges, that's why I said there's no good or bad. The things that happen in your experience are literally brought into your experience to help you grow. The universe is literally co-conspiring to bring what you're asking for into your experience. And then when those like triggers or anything like that come up, it puts you in a predicament to be able to address it, acknowledge it, and release it. Okay. So despite the difficulties think that might be that old man. When I tell you he get out here every day riding his bike, he got a good little heart. Despite the difficulties you may feel, just know that you are being built stronger and you are in alignment after facing like any triggers or setbacks or whatever the case may be. Everything is basically for your making and not your breaking. Growth and alignment requires shedding old patterns. I just said that. These challenges are preparing you to step into your higher self. Also, you will feel a deep connection with your goals. Your dreams feel achievable and real, as if they are happening in your experience now. And that's one of the things we talked about that on the manifestation live. You have to feel it. That's how you bring it into your experience. So you'll feel a deep connection to that thing because you will feel it as if you are living it now. So you'll notice a physical sensation of excitement and alignment, like the tingling or the chills when you talk about your goals. So that just means that you're energetically aligned with your goals, which makes it easier to manifest. And then you'll receive signs from nature, which we talked about the butterflies and the turtles and stuff like that. But baby, let's talk about them rainbows, okay? Isn't it amazing that after it rains, after the rain shower, there is always a rainbow. I love that. And so you might experience like rainbows, shooting stars, or specific animals that appear moments after reflecting or making a decision. Like I said, the turtle that walked from across the street up my driveway. Or like the rainbow, like it rained. I was at one of my patients' houses and it rained. After the rain, we went and sat out and just, enjoying nature. And As we were going back in the house, a rainbow just appeared out of nowhere. And this was well after the rain. And for me, I see me and God got a real life, love affair going on. A real life connection that we have. So for me, I was just like, thank you. Because for me, that's his way of communicating with me that he see me and that, I'm in the right direction. I'm heading in the right direction. So you might feel like weather changes, such as the sunshine, the shunts, especially like the sun breaking through on a sunny day. So also nature, everything, everybody, every single thing is a reflection of what you are and what you're projecting. So nature acts as a mirror of your internal alignment, affirming that you are on the right path. Okay. So the signs of synchronicities are the universe's way of encouraging you, are of the universe's way of encouraging you and showing you that you are in the flow of your dreams and your goals. Stay mindful, be open, be grateful. And you can continue to attract more with, knowing that these are the signs and synchronicities that you will have come into your experience when you are in alignment. Okay. I hope y'all like this message. Leave a comment. If you did, if you didn't, whatever. But also, I got some books I want to recommend that I read. One I read twice. But yeah, so one is The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. I absolutely love this book. As you can see, I marked it up because it's mine. But this is also, what reminded me. Oh, another thing I want to say is that reading this after I read this book, because in this book, I tried to find it, but I couldn't. I would have to read it again and then like do a whole nother live. But in this book, there was a message in this book that said, when you are creating in your life, and you ask God for what you want to ask God for, or what you have asked God for. First of all, He'll never tell you no. It's never no. It's always yes, or in the moment, you're not ready for it. So, but it's always yes. God, the universe, whoever it is that that you identify with, it's always working together for your good. So one of the things when you are manifesting, you have to know that it's already yours, right? And in this book, I learned, it came into my experience that when you ask for that thing and you get the complete opposite of what you asked for, that's an alignment. That's a sign that you are in alignment. You get the complete opposite because, again, things are in you that's got to come up and everything is working together for your good. So just because all hell breaks loose don't mean that you're not in alignment. And that's what this book taught me. And it kind of gave me a different perspective. And I was like, oh, okay. Because like I said, things got to move out the way. You are literally co-conspiring with the universe. Things got to move out the way. You are literally co-conspiring with God. Things have to move out the way. And so what's not serving you has got to go. And what's serving you will come back into will come back into your experience. I said it right the first time. So, and then also this book taught me that the signs that literally what I just said, the rainbows, the butterflies, you know what I'm saying? The signs that you are in alignment will show you when your ship is coming in. It's like a ship that's been out to sea and all they see is water. But when they get close to land, they start to see signs of the land by evidence of the birds that show up, the twigs that they start to see, the things that are floating in the water. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know when you're close to land. That's how you know when you're close to manifesting. That's how you know when you're close to your goal, when you're closer to your dreams. You'll start to see the signs, the rainbows, the butterflies, the turtle. Okay? That's what this book taught me. I recommend this to anybody who is taking control over their life and realigning back to who God called you to be. Okay? Also, another one, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. I keep this one in my living room. I've read this one a couple times too. But by Deepak Chopra. Don't know if I said that right. Don't care. You can see it. The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. I thought this one was awesome too. But yeah, both of these books are really small, so you can read them a couple times. And honestly, what I learned from Bob Proctor. God, dog. Every time I come on live, I forget that man's name. What I learned from Bob Proctor is that sometimes you have to study the books because there are messages in there, and it's not like it's not like reading for pleasure. Sometimes you might have to go back. And what he said was in the book Think and Grow Rich, he would read a page and have that book open to that page and study it. So that's why these books are kept close. One is in my bedroom and the other one is in my living room. But yes, I will leave those books in the description. I'll figure out how to do that. But yeah, I hope you guys like this message. Leave a comment if you did. Leave a comment if you didn't. And like, share, subscribe, because there's going to be plenty more videos where this one came from. And I will see you guys in my next one, okay? Love you. Bye.